terrifying moment.
We begin with that breaking news.
Dead and fused into the family's couch.
Laci was found melted into her parents' living room couch.
On January 3rd, 2022, 66-year-old Sheila Fletcher and her husband, Clay Fletcher, had found their 36-year-old daughter, Laci Ellen Fletcher, dead on their couch. It was revealed that for at least 12 years, Fletcher had been neglected by her parents after becoming unable to leave her house due to a cognitive health decline. She was covered in her own excrement, and insects ate at her body. This is the story of Laci Fletcher, Sheila, and Clay. Both of them had gone out of town for a few days to celebrate the New Year party, and when they returned home, they saw that an accident had happened with their daughter. But the police understood that there was definitely something wrong, and that's why police sent an investigation team along with an ambulance to his house. Everyone thought that this would be a normal case which would be solved by police. It will be solved in 2-4 days. But when the police team went inside the house and saw, the policeman came out and started vomiting. The police officers were surprised that when the parents had gone out of town to celebrate New Year, why did they not take their daughter along? She was not a small girl, she was 36 years old. A strange smell was spreading all around in the house, but parents were not noticing it at all, as if they had become used to living with this smell. One thing the police noticed was that the parents were behaving very casually. It did not seem as if their daughter had just died. There was no mourning in the house. There were no tears in anyone's eyes. That it doesn't matter to them. But till now, Laci had not been seen by anyone. On being asked by the police, Sheila told that Laci was on the sofa, and the sofa was kept in the living room. When the entire police team went there and saw, there was a sofa set kept in the living room which was quite large in size, and an unknown creature-type body was disposed there which was looking like human body. It looked as if a body had been lying at that place for many years. It kept disposing. Insects started growing in it and it got mixed with the sofa. A hole was formed in the sofa and the body got inside it. The body seemed to have disappeared. It got sunk inside the sofa. The whole sofa was wet. There was a foul smell all around. When the policeman looked inside the sofa, he saw that there were innumerable small insects in that sofa. After seeing this scene, they understood that Laci's parents are hiding something from the police, because according to the parents, they had gone there only for 3-4 days to celebrate New Year. And in such a gap, how can anyone be in such a condition? When the police tried to separate Laci's body from the sofa, the cloth of the sofa had completely stuck to Laci's body. And when Laci was weighed, you will not believe that her body weight was below 100 pounds. After a few days, it was revealed that she had died of starvation. When police asked her parents, they admitted that Clay and Sheila, both of them, had lied, but the truth is that their daughter had been there for the last 12 years. She was lying on the same sofa. Laci's parents said that they don't even remember when was the last time they saw Laci moving. Because of some health disease, she used to eat there and fresh on same place. Who used to take care of her? The parents were not able to explain anything properly when this matter reached the court. The judge was not even ready to see Laci's pictures. Finally, the judge asked some questions to the parents for investigation. During this, it was revealed that they were mostly not at home. They neither kept any servant nor any nurse at home, nor did they ever take Laci to the doctor in 12 years. But those people said that Laci was not in any pain. She did not even say that she was in pain. Whereas the reality was that Laci's whole body was paralyzed and she could not say anything. Anyway, when the post-mortem report revealed, it turned out that Laci's death was due to nutritional dehydration and prolonged neglect. If the death was due to dehydration, the judge held his parents responsible for his death, and a case of slow murder was filed against them. But as I told you, they were very rich, so after spending a lot of money, they were able to solve the case. They was released on bail. The ocean, in which even an island looked like a point object. And here a man lost for more than 14 months. This is Pacific Ocean.
Wilson! Wilson!
12 years to the day that Tom Hanks' epic drama Castaway Years, a real-life castaway, started his unbelievable journey. It's a story that has the whole world. Brenda survived for more than 13 months, stranded on a broken-down boat. Is it possible?
This is the story of Jose Salvador Alvarenga, who survived alone on a small boat in the middle of the ocean for 14 months. In the year 2012, Jose, who was about 36 years old, and his friend Cordoba, both fishermen, went fishing off Costa Azul, Mexico on November 17, 2012. He went out into the sea and started his journey with a small boat. On that boat, he had a small fridge in which he kept the fishes, the same fishes which he used to catch. He had a small radio, and there was a small engine on that boat due to which the boat could move. Their plan was that they would go only 200 kilometers inside and catch fish. They will stay in the water for 24 hours, and after that they will come back because they had not taken much food and water with them. So they had to return home under any circumstances before night. Both of them basically worked for a fishing company. They were their employees. Their job was to go fishing, come in the evening, and submit the fishes to the office of that company. The day was very pleasant. Both of them had a lot of fun. After going about 100 kilometers away, they realized that the weather in the sea had started changing, and strong winds were blowing. It seemed like a storm was coming, and when they realized that the storm was very big, they left their spread net in the same sea and turned their boat towards the shore with full speed. And now the shore was about 20 kilometers away and they could see their city. They were very happy, but then suddenly their motor blew up, meaning the engine of the boat got damaged because they kept the engine running at full speed for 6 hours continuously. Now he started his radio and sent an emergency signal to his office. They kept waiting for the reply, but from morning to evening, it became night. No reply came, and while waiting for this reply, the battery of his radio also got drained. The storm had now reached him. The storm started pulling his boat towards itself. He was seen disappearing from sight, and both of them were not able to do anything. Due to bad weather, there were no other boats around that could help them. It had been almost 5 days since he went missing. Due to the emergency signal received, the boss sent a team to search for them, but that team did not find anyone because Jose and his friend had gone about 450 kilometers away from the shore due to the storm. And this ocean is so big that even the biggest islands in it appear like a small dot. They were trapped very badly. Neither did they have food to eat nor water to drink, nor did they have any battery left in their radio to send signals. So both of them used their brains to save their lives because these people were very professional fishermen. They started catching fish with their hands and then kept those fish on their boat to attract birds. Then they used to catch those birds and eat them, and in this way they satisfied their hunger. They did not drink seawater because they knew that drinking salty seawater would kill them very soon. So they used to wait for the rains and collect the rainwater to be filled in the boat and drink it. But due to hot and dry weather for weeks, they decided to drink blood to save their lives, so Joss and his friend caught fishes and they started drinking the blood. They had no other option. Days passed in the same manner. Many months passed. The condition of both of them was so bad that their ribs had come out. Jose's friend finally decided to commit suicide because he fell very ill. Now Jose was alone on boat. It had been more than 4 months since he had been on the boat and had not seen land. His feet flesh begins to melt because of water. He was also feeling that it is not possible for him to survive because he had seen a ship in 6 months, but no one saw him in boat. It had been almost 11 months, and Josh had reached 8,000 kilometers deep into the sea with his boat. And on January 30th, 2014, he finally saw something that brought a sparkle to his eyes. He saw coconuts in the water. He understood that there was an island nearby. He started steering the boat with his hands in the direction from where the coconuts were coming. And finally, after many months, he saw an island. Jose had tears of joy in his eyes. After seeing the island, Jose jumped from his boat and went to island. There were huge coconut trees on island, and he was surprised to see that there was a beach house there, and there were people. He went and told what happened to him. Initially, people did not believe it, but still they had a doctor. They had medicines. They treated him, gave him things to eat and drink. And when he made a call at the head office of his company, you will not believe that within 14 months, Jose had reached a small island in the Marshall Islands, which is more than 14,000 kilometers from his starting point. Finally, Jose survived.
We begin with that breaking news.
Joe Matheny.
Joseph Matheny.
Alleged serial
Kidnapping, sexual assault, and murder.
It was some awful, hideous scene.
A convicted Baltimore serial killer has died this weekend. Joe Matheny shows police where he buried the bodies. The 62-year-old was serving 2 life sentences without parole for kidnapping, sexual assault, and 2 counts of murder.
There was a man who did such terrible things with human body that are not even possible to show here. Due to his bad relationship with his wife, he started killing peoples, and what he did with the bodies of the people he killed will be told later. So when he was in America in 1955, he lived with his wife and his kids. His wife was addicted to drugs, and due to which his wife left him with her child. After returning from work when Joe saw no one at home, then Joe got angry. He directly went to search her at night, and while searching he killed 2 men. And when he asked one lady about his wife, then she ignored him, and as the result he cut off her head, dug a hole where he kept her head, and remaining body he threw in the river. He killed 3 people in 2 hours. After 6 months, he directly went back to ground where he buried that lady's head, and he took that head out and eats after cleaning it. Now he started enjoying murders so much that he chopped 2 people with an axe under a bridge. He called 2 girls to his house and murdered them. Now he thought how he can earn from this, so he decided to make burgers out of bodies' flesh. And within few days his burgers started gaining popularity. But no one knows that they are eating humans' flesh. He went out of bodies, so he kidnapped a girl so that he could murder her too. But the girl ran away from that place where she was kept, and she complained to the police, after which Joe was arrested. A case of 2 murder. But Joe himself told the police that he had committed not just 2, but 10 murders, the proof of which was given to the police by Joe himself. Joe told that he had no enmity with all the murders he had committed. He used to enjoy committing all the murders, and after committing the murders, he felt powerful. That is why he used to murder people. When the police asked him, what did he do with the bodies of the people he killed? Hearing Joe's words, the minds of all the police officers standing there became numb. Joe told that he used to mix the flesh of the bodies and make burgers out of them and sell them to the people. And after this, he himself sought death sentence in the court and was awarded life imprisonment and died in his cell in 2017.
Moment. So if you are afraid of heights, then do not watch this video at all. The story of a girl who went missing after going to the world's deepest trekking destination and then was found in such a condition that you will get goosebumps. The name of the girl with whom this incident happened was Natasha. She was about 28 years old. This girl, living in Belgium, was very fond of traveling. Her parents also supported her hobby very much. She used to go to different destinations. She used to explore things and places. She was also a very experienced hiker. This incident happened around 2022 at a place named Colca Canyon, which is the world's highest depth trekking destination. This place is present in Peru And this time, Natasha was going to trek here. Natasha chose a path for herself which was very dangerous. Among these, the risk of slipping and falling was the highest. Here, the trackers used to make the path according to their own. There was no proper path here, hence the chances of having an accident, falling, and getting injured were the highest here. Natasha was alone on that path with him. There were many people in front and behind her who were trekking, but Natasha's speed was much faster than them, because firstly, she was not with any guide, and secondly, she had a lot of experience, so she was trekking at a much faster speed than the rest. Now, while doing this, a moment came when Natasha was alone in the entire path. Everyone had left far behind. When Natasha reached here, she was completely alone, and after that, Natasha suddenly disappeared, along with the people who were tracking her. They later reached the point where the flag was placed. They did not see Natasha. They might have even talked to each other, but no one knew much about each other. So they thought that perhaps Natasha might have gone ahead because she was already tracking very fast. Everyone went out that very night to find Natasha. Even after this, when nothing was found about Natasha, then after some time, the search for Natasha was stopped. After about 304 days, Natasha's parents get a call, and in that call, they are told that their daughter is dead. It has come to light that she was at a place where there were two big stones, and Natasha's head got stuck between them. Now Natasha is in the middle of the river, and her body is stuck between the two stones, especially her head, which is the skull. So she was not able to move and must have been suffering slowly and gradually, trying to get out of hunger and thirst for a long time, for 15 days, for a month and a half, and she slowly imagined her death before her eyes.
A serial killer who killed 37 people by challenging the police and sent a letter to the police which no one could decode for 51 years.
It's one of the biggest mysteries in the country. Who was the Zodiac Killer?
He is compelled by control and power.
He wants credit for his crimes.
No conscience at all, no remorse.
This is the Zodiac speaking. I will go on a kill rampage. He didn't kill out of passion. He didn't kill out of anger. Part of a cipher. I want you to print this on the front page of your paper.
A killer. And if and when they catch me, I will most certainly pay the price. I am Zodiac.
December 20th, 1968. A young couple went on their first date in a car. They wanted privacy, so they turned the car towards Herman Lake in California. In the car were 16-year-old girl Betty Lou Jensen and 17-year-old boy David Faraday. But this was theirs biggest mistake. Suddenly the man pulled them over. To scare them, a bullet was fired at the rear wheel of their car. Out of fear, David and his daughter immediately ran away from the car, on which the man shot both of them. The daughter was hit by 5 bullets on her back. Killer name was Zodiac. During the 1960s and 70s, he terrified San Francisco with his terrifying attacks. After committing his first 2 murders, he remained silent for 6 months, but then reappeared with a second murder case. On July 4th, 1969, it was the day of Independence Day in America. 18-year-old Darlin Farron and 16-year-old Michael Maisel had gone out in the car to get the fireworks supplies. He noticed that a strange car was following him. So he tried to park his car in parking area, but that car blocked the way and parked at the back. A person came out with a powerful flashlight in his hand, which he hit on the faces of Darlie and Michael. Darling died on the spot, but Michael survived with injuries. After some time, 3 children present nearby called the police. Michael had seen the face of the murderer and helped them. The police later got a sketch of the murder. After about a month, on August 1st, 1969, the Zodiac Killer wrote letters to 3 different newspapers. He also confessed to the responsibility for the murder in Lake Herman in 1977 and the murder of the girl who died in Blue Rock Springs Park on Independence Day. To prove his point, he told some details which were known only to the police, such as which bullet was fired, how many bullets were fired, and what clothes were the victims wearing. There was silence for 2 months, but the Zodiac Killer once again appeared with a new case. On September 27, 1969, a college couple, Brian Hartness and Cecilia Shep, Zodiac pulled out his gun and demanded money and car keys from the couple. Brian gave it to him along with the car keys. Meanwhile, he returned the car keys to Brian and tied their hands with a rope at gunpoint. Then he took out his knife and stabbed both of them several times. Thinking that both of them were dead, Zodiac Killer went back. But that lady was breathing and was taken to the hospital, and after a few days she told the police everything about the attack. Like his previous murder, the police discovered a special pattern in Zodiac's actions. Firstly, he used to target only young couples. Secondly, his attacks took place only on weekends or around holidays. Thirdly, he used to target only young couples, and many more. On October 11, 1969, Zodiac killed a cab driver named Paul Stein at 9:30 p.m. When the driver reached his destination, Zodiac waited for the car to stop and then shot Paul Stein at point-blank range. And went by walking on street. The police stopped Zodiac and asked if he saw someone strange in this area. Zodiac told that a person has gone in the next street waving a gun, so the police hastily went in the same direction. Somehow, Zodiac had once again managed to escape from the clutches of the police, but the police found Zodiac's fingerprints from Paul Stein's car. After a few days, a letter was sent from Zodiac to police which was much more difficult, which could not be decoded for the next 50 years. A few years ago in 2020, 3 code breakers decoded this cipher with the help of computer software. In this cipher, Zodiac neither told anything about himself nor gave any important clue. This time he was threatening the police that he had made a bomb which was found in his basement. This was the only thing useful in this letter. Zodiac had made a mistake by telling about the basement of his house. On March 22, 1970, Zodiac tried to kidnap a woman named Kathleen Johns on Highway 132, but luckily she escaped. When the police showed the sketch of Zodiac to Kathleen, she immediately recognized him. For the next 4 years, Zodiac kept sending many letters. In a letter, he also told the location of the bomb, but the police neither found any bomb at that location nor any explosion took place. His last letter was received on 30th of January 1974, in which he had written, "I have committed 37 murders. While the San Francisco Police Department's score is 0, it still remains a mystery as to who was Zodiac and why did he commit so many crimes."
He opened the door and he was screaming, "Come on, help me, somebody shot my mother and father." And everyone ran out of the bar and that was it.
Sorry, I just wanted to talk to James.
Why? Because there's 6 members of the family dead, and we don't know why.
In 1974, the owner of this house murdered his whole family. He said voices told him to do it.
They were just very sweet, very religious people, very family-minded people.
There is a haunted house in this world in which sounds come from the walls, and these sounds force the boy living in the house to kill his own family members. You must have heard the name of Warren, the world's most famous paranormal investigator. When he had investigated this house, he had said that this house is the most dangerous thing in his life. George and Cathal were looking for a house. Then they found a big house at cheap rate, which was the house of Amityville. Well, they knew the history of this house even though he bought this house because he was getting it cheaply. Now let's go back. A year ago, 23-year-old Ronald, who was living in this house, had murdered 6 members of his family. Well, he had no special enmity towards his family members. When the police caught him and asked, "Why did you do such a crime?" Then he was not able to understand why he did this, but he said that he had heard voices coming from the walls of this house at night. Now Ronald had told all these things to his mother to prove his innocence. We don't know whether something like this really happened to him. But now George and Kathy thought that before shifting to this house, they should get this house purified. He went to one of the nearby churches. The father who came to this house did not know much about the history of this house, and when he reached the bedroom on the first floor to purify it, he started sprinkling holy water in the room. He realized that something was definitely wrong in this room. He started feeling a strange cold. He felt someone's presence, but still. He did not scare the family, but he clearly told that you should not make this room your bedroom, and if possible, keep this room locked. After shifting to this house, all the members of the house felt scared at night. Cold spots had formed at various places in this house. Their younger daughter used to talk to a person, and the person with whom she was talking was not visible to any other member of the house. Gradually, everyone started feeling unwell, and one night suddenly George woke up at 3:15 in the night. It was the same time when Ronald had killed all the members of his family, with his own hands in the same house at night. When George opened his eyes, he saw the women laughing out loud. George got very scared, but then he woke up with a shock. He found that he was dreaming, but this dream was so realistic that it left a deep impact on George's mind. After that, these incidents started increasing even more. Not only George, every member of the house started getting very worried. Some strange incidents started happening with everyone, and one day these people decided to leave this house. Well, when these people left the house, this incident spread in the city. This news even reached Warren, who was a very famous paranormal investigator of that time. They reached there, and when they came to investigate this house, many incidents happened with them. They also felt the presence of someone, and did a complete investigation of this house. And during this investigation, they got a photo. The ghost of a little girl was captured in this house. This real photo is taken by Warrens, and it is said that it was taken in Amityville. In 1979, people who came to stay in this house had also taken many photographs here, which are still on the internet, and according to them, they did not feel any paranormal activity in this house. So how is it possible that in the same house, one family had to face ghostly incidents while the other family comfortably stayed in the house and went away? After few years, when the children of George and Cathal grew up, they told in an interview that their father used to practice black magic. He wanted to take help of the powers of evil spirits to kill his poverty, and perhaps, because of all these actions, his family had to face all these incidents. If it was really so haunted, then at least some incident would have happened to Jim and Barbara too, who came after George family. Or maybe some incident happened with him too, but he never mentioned the incident to anyone. It is still a dark secret.
So guys, are you ready to see the most painful death in the world?
Hisashi Ochi. News of the incident flooded the Japanese media.
So the Japanese person named Hisashi Uchi was the worker in JCO factory. But this factory is not less dangerous than a nuclear power plant, because this factory's work is to supply fuel to electricity supplying plants. And that fuel is not normal fuel. And many processes workers have to do manually, like transferring fuel and mixing with others' fuels. On 30 September 1999, factory production was little slow, so factory increases the percentage of uranium in fuel, and Hisashi Uchi was standing over there where the fuel was mixing in huge container. And suddenly, he came in touch with blue radiation in large amount. And then Hisashi Uchi was taken to nearby hospital, but the radiation started to destroy Hisashi Uchi's body slowly. Days after days, his body became wet due to overflow of blood from his skin. But doctor kept transferring blood to Hisashi Uchi's body, but after a few months, when his body and skin starts breaking into small pieces, then his family gave permission to doctor to not to save him anymore, let him sleep peacefully.
The body of a young child was found buried in a fresh grave on Staten Island last night. It was a young girl.
As said, merely it is the body of a young girl. And the police are helping the medical examiner in his investigation.
12-year-old girl with Down syndrome who disappeared 5 weeks ago. Last seen walking hand in hand with a local drifter.
Cropsey. If you were to somehow go back to the 70s in Staten Island, it probably wouldn't take you long to hear about an urban legend of a man named Cropsey. Cropsey was a serial kidnapper and killer who lost his son and resorted to stealing other people's children to deal with his grief. Cropsey also had a hook for a hand scars, burns, and open wounds covering his entire face and body, and a generally horrifying appearance. When I was researching, it made me super uncomfortable. Cropsey lived underneath the abandoned Willowbrook State School for Children. He was said to be an axe murderer, that he would kidnap children, and that he was essentially the town's boogeyman. In all different versions of the story, there was one connection that he was a murderous creeper that was just looking for children. His name was Andre Rand, and he worked as a janitor at the Willowbrook State School before it shut down in 1987. After it shut down, he actually continued living on the grounds of the school and is suspected to be responsible for the disappearances of several children, though it was never truly proven. In 1987, Jennifer Schweiger, a 12-year-old girl born with Down syndrome, was reported missing, and her body was found 35 days later in a shallow grave on the former property of the Willowbrook State School. He was finally arrested and sentenced to 10 months in prison, and in 1988, he was sentenced to 25 years to life. And while he was behind bars, more and more evidence was found, and in 2004, due to the kidnapping of Holly Ann Hughes, he will spend the next 13 years behind bars until 2037. You must have heard a lot about serial killers, but today I will tell you about a serial killer who cut human bodies into small pieces and make pickles of those small pieces. There lived a man in Poland whose name was Karl Danka, and he was such a noble man that people used to call him Father Danka because he was a middle-class man, did not drink alcohol, did not do dirty things to people. He used to help the beggars, give food, money, and a place to stay, and also give them small jobs to those who needed work. Danka had a small meat shop in the city, and at the same time he also sold leather goods. So till now, everything was going well in the life of Father Danka. No one knew about any incident, but on 21st December 1984, a homeless man, a beggar, went to the police. There was blood all over his body, and he told the police that Danka had attacked him fatally. He told that he tried to break his head into 2 pieces with an axe. The city was small. Everyone knew Danka is very respectable, so police felt that there is something wrong with this beggar. But still, the police interrogated them and found out that there was some fight due to which Danka attacked him. But the police became suspicious that Danka attacked his head with an axe. No common man can do such a thing, but even then the police did not suspect much. They only arrested Danka and released him after a few days after giving a warning. Danka felt that my secret could be exposed at any time, and before the police could catch me, he had to do something. But when police came to investigate his apartment, they came to know that all the people who had gone missing from this area in the last 3-4 years had been made missing by Danka himself, and the apartment of Danka was completely converted into a meat shop for processing meat. Big machines were installed for making pickles. Inside it, there were many jars for making pickles. There were many items, and there was a lot of meat. When the police got this meat examined, it was found that this meat was not of goat or chicken, but of humans. These were the same 30 to 40 people who had gone missing from this city in the last 3 years. An entire bar tub was found filled with human blood. In one room, there was only flesh lying around. Bones were found. More than 240 human teeth were found. Dried human skin was found. from which he used to make things and sell them in the market by calling them leather items. Now, I don't know whether he ate the pickle himself or sold it in the market, but even the police got shaken after seeing all that things. Serial killer who was called a real-life vampire. On 23 January 1978, Evelyn had not locked the door of her house. It was daytime, and everything was normal. There was a 6-year-old boy named Jason in her house. Her 22-year-old nephew David and his friend Dan. Suddenly a man enters into their house and kills all the peoples, not even sparing the children. When the police come and investigate the entire incident, they find that the blood has been sucked out from all the people's bodies, and their organs were taken out. Such things were done to them that I cannot even describe, and many of the organs were filled in a glass, and a juice was made from them. After adding soda to it, the murderer drank that. Police didn't understand anything, but this was not the only incident. The crime had increased. Everyone used to keep the doors of their house locked. They were scared that someone might enter their house, and no one even knew who was committing these murders. There was a guy named Richard Chase. He used to murder people, and after killing them, he used to suck blood from them. I don't know why he'd do that, but he had some mental problems since childhood. His father kicked him out of the house. When he was 25 years old, he fell into bad company and became addicted to bad things. He was kept in the hospital for a long time and was treated, but he did not get better. He became a murderer. His first victim was an assistant working in the same hospital. That assistant had seen him doing something alone, which no one had expected. When Richard was admitted to the hospital, he quietly used to go to the roof and catch the pigeons sitting there and drink their blood. While doing this, Richard was seen by an assistant of the hospital. Well, Richard very cleverly killed that assistant without any evidence. No one suspected him, but his neighbors had seen him many times catching normal animals and drinking their blood. He used to bring cute rabbits and then did the same to them. But police soon chased and caught Richard Chase, and when he was asked that why did he do such things, how did he choose whom to kill? After all, what was his enmity with the people he killed? Richard Chase said that I had no enmity with those people. I did not even know them. I would just go to the door, and if it was closed, then he understand that he does not want to let me enter the house, and the one whose door was opened, I used to understand that he wanted to say, "Come and eat me." When the police did a complete research on this with all the psychiatrists, then they found that he is mentally ill and he cannot be treated. And finally, Richard Chase was given the death penalty, gas chamber punishment, where a person is locked in a room and poisonous real gas is released, due to which that person dies. And in similar way, Richard dies. Like, share, and subscribe for more similar videos.